To be sure, the president has long waited for this moment to meet his counterpart in the land of the free, where he will make a strong case for a discounted tariff rate or a customized deal which both the U.S. and the Philippines can live with. In addition, the U.S.-Philippine alliance in the West Philippine Sea is expected to top bill the bilateral talks, as we hear more from our Kenneth Pasyente.
Short but productive. That's how President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s working visit to the United States from July 20 to 22 is expected to be. According to the Department of Foreign Affairs, the president's visit to the U.S. was made possible through the invitation of U.S. President Donald Trump. The purpose of the visit, they say, is to further strengthen Philippine-U.S. relations. Among his agenda items is a bilateral meeting with President Trump on July 22, where they are expected to discuss economic and security issues, including the proposed 20% U.S. tariff on all Philippine exports to the United States.
There is a team, a group of Philippine trade officials who are in Washington, D.C., and they're conducting these negotiations. And we hope, of course, to arrive at a bilateral trade agreement or a deal on reciprocal trade that is mutually acceptable, mutually beneficial for both our countries. So that is something that we look forward to getting from the visit, and of course during the meeting with U.S. President Trump.
The two leaders are also expected to discuss issues in the Indo-Pacific region, particularly in the West Philippine Sea.
There's going to be an exchange of views on regional issues and concerns. So ultimately, this issue on the West Philippine Sea would be discussed. And as to the possible agreements, well, we're hoping to secure the assistance or support of the U.S. government in enhancing the capabilities of our AFP and the Coast Guard in terms of the capabilities of our armed forces.
The chief executive is also set to meet with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth on July 21. He will also wear his salesman hat once again during his visit, as he is scheduled to meet with U.S. business leaders. These businesses are said to be in sectors aligned with the country's development objectives.
We are interested, of course, in getting these potential investors to invest here in the country. And actually, these companies that I mentioned earlier are already in the process of investing in the Philippines.
The palace meanwhile announced that First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos is in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia for a working visit and will remain there until July 20, which is why she won't be joining the president on his trip to the U.S.
The First Lady's itinerary includes a visit to the OFW and OWA Servicio Caravan, a one-stop government outreach that offers government services to OFWs, including legal aid, financial support, and welfare counseling to OFWs and their families.
President Marcos Jr. is the first ASEAN leader to be invited by Trump since he took office as president. Kenneth Pasyente from the National TV Network for a new and better Philippines.